Hello!
Hello AOS fans!
It's the agents of
Wyrdhollow. And in this video we're looking at the newly announced Underworlds roadmap.
Yeah, so this release schedule actually gives a number of little surprises, which I don't think we were really expecting. I thought we got into a sense of security about things. And
First surprise was Ghost Boom!
There's quite a few little surprises in, nothing absolutely ground-shattering, but enough to make you go, like that. Like,
yeah, they've announced in big bold letters organised play returns for the spring alongside the Wyrdhollow box. Kind of interested to see what that means. Sometimes GW say that and it doesn't really mean it.
And they don't do anything, yeah.
No, but I wonder whether, because we've seen a slight leaning back towards Championship with these decks without plot cards.
Yeah.
I'm wondering whether they've taken a sort of strategic view of COVID and so they didn't do too much for the last couple of years, because what's the point in sinking a load of investment in it if it went wrong? But I think people generally now think it's done and dusted. Yeah,
all they've got to do is just not release so many plot cards with the rivals decks, and suddenly Championship gets a whole load more cards available to them again.
And I mean, the tournaments are still getting a decent turnout in places. I do feel like we're at a critical point, but I felt like that for about the last 12 months. Yeah. But I do feel like Nemesis and Rivals has reinvigorated it, so maybe some tournament play now is ripe for the picking, as it were. I feel like they need to get the balance right, still get some Nemesis tournaments in there to keep pulling the slightly more casual players in and maybe infect them with the desire to do more Championship. Yeah. And then a few of them might peel away and start doing more Championship stuff and get some bigger Championship events going, just to really entice people in. Because there's a lot of cards available now, and they're quite an interesting card pool, I think, developing. More interesting. I've been more interested. I don't think I'd like to play it. I'm more interested in the card pool for a Championship than I've been in many a year. And then coming into the summer, we've got 3 things coming along. Yeah, I've got a new pair of shorts, a new T-shirt, and a hat. But in the Underworlds side of things? In the Underworld side of things, we've got a new Rivals deck, which we don't know very much about at all. Will it have a plot card? Won't it have a plot card? We'll have to wait and see. We've got a new warband, which we'll do a separate video about. Yeah, the Headsman's Curse. The Headsman's Curse, so more spookies, nice and thematic. And finally, and completely unlooked for, but I think timely, or there is about time for one, and that is a new updated starter set. Yeah. The old, we were pretty scathing of the old starter set. It's a poor choice. Which I think really just felt like a repackaged cash drive. We've got a whole load of stuff we need to get rid of that's just stick in a box. Yeah, I didn't really like that. But so hopefully this will be a bit better thought out. But it is going to be a new starter set. We don't know very much about it. I don't know if it was in the article or online, mentioned online, that it is going to be old warbands repackaged. Yeah. So we don't know which ones. Obviously it's going to be season 3 onwards, because season 1 and 2 don't have enough cards to be on their own. So I kind of wonder whether it's going to be like some of the starter warbands from like Grashrak's Despoilers and Scarce Wild Hunt, or something like that, maybe. Something we haven't seen since Beastgrave, perhaps. If I was doing it, I would want to change certain elements. So, I mean, for example, what I would actually think would be really good would be a Garrick versus Steelhearts deck. Yeah, but with slightly updated cards. Yeah. But of course, that would really get on the goat of everybody who has those warbands already. Yeah. Just needs the extra 2 or 3 cards, or maybe the new fighter cards. Yeah. I mean, there are ways around that, but they're not going to do that. But I think that would be a shame, because I think we played a Garrick's and Steelhearts game, and it was a really good game. It's still fun, they're nice and straightforward. And they're really simple. Yeah, and I think that's what they need in the starter set. They need warbands that aren't Ephelim's Pandemonium and Domitan's Stormcomb, because they're just too hard to work out. Although that said, the other starter sets, if you count Dreadfane as a starter set, but they've had some tricky ones as well. The ghosts in particular always seem quite tricky. But so we don't know what that's going to be. Something new. I reckon it's going to be Stormcast. I reckon we're going to get the same starter board still, because they were the first ones. Because if they introduce new starter boards, then they're going to have to update all their rules. Stuff to say these are now valid. Use the starter set boards. Exactly, but I suspect we'll get a new updated rule book. Hopefully they'll put magic in it, because frankly they just need to make it the same as what the current set of rules are, to avoid people having to go out and buy. Condemners aren't a bad shout, actually. Condemners. Because I don't think there'll be magic warband. Possibly not. But I just feel like if they don't put magic in that start box, it's immediately a bit of a middle finger to anybody who buys it. It's like, no, you have to go buy something else. I just don't think they will. Condemners versus, but I suppose they could put the dice in. But anyway, Condemners versus Kraggles Ravagers. I mean, it's a classic matchup, Sigmar versus Chaos, but
Yeah, maybe.
Godsworn Hunt versus Monarch.
Oh,
yeah.
Just nasty.
Yeah, but play this game only if I'm Monarch.
Exactly. So we don't really know what warbands are going to be in there, but that'll be interesting to see. What I think we can guarantee is it's going to have an updated set of rules, so they're more current with current season
things. I would hope
things.
so, yeah.
Yeah, because there's a lot of little bits that have changed since they last published the start set.
No,
so
absolutely. I mean, that start set now must be really quite out of date, so it's definitely time for a new update. In the autumn, so we've got another warband kind of finish out this season. So we'll have had the two from the box, the headless horseman or whatever they're called, and this new one.
Yep.
Which is going to be a chaos warband.
Interesting.
So
two chaos.
Double chaos, no destruction.
No.
In this little loop. Nurgle, do you think? Does Nurgle seems match up?
I'd love it to be Nurgle. I think they need to try and keep it magic-y, seeing as they've gone into magic with the Wyrdhollow. I'd love to see a Nurgle warband. Possibly Slaanesh, but I feel like GW tend to keep away from Slaanesh more these days, and Nurgle is quite a solid favourite for them, so I'd love to see a Nurgle warband there, maybe with some Nurgle demons.
I think Nurgle are the longest now without a warband.
Yes, I think they are. Yeah,
so I think Nurgle's due.
That'd be nice.
Yeah. And then the biggie,
the new core box.
It feels like a new core box comes around every week.
It does.
So I'm not really excited about a new core box. So we've literally only just got this core box. What do we think it's going to have in it? Now it is in the autumn, and there is a release I am quite excited about in the autumn on the Age of Sigmar side, which is the Cities of Sigmar sort of army book and new models and shenanigans like that. So I think it's going to be a Cities of Sigmar in the core box.
It's interesting because people have been going on about Cities of Sigmar since we saw that picture in Gnarlwood, but as they tend to do like a double box in an area, it feels like the next box is going to be coming out of the Gnarlwood, and then we might get the Cities of Sigmar. So
I don't know, they don't know what they're doing really.
No, that's true.
So I think it will be Cities of Sigmar.
I'd love
will
to see
probably be wrong.
Yeah.
But the other one, they have said, leaping a little forward, in the winter there's going to be a Destruction warband.
There is, yeah.
Which would kind of imply we're not going to get a Destruction warband
in the box. So
and we've got a Chaos warband, so does that mean there's going to be another Undead warband?
Yeah, I mean, you've only got so many Grand Alliances to pick from, so, I mean, possibly Death versus Order in that box. They've done that before, Cities of Sigmar versus maybe some kind of... I don't even know what they could do now with Undead, because they've pretty much done it all to death, it feels like.
I don't know what the lore is for the kind of Gnarlwood, Wyrdhollow, kind of, because there's an ongoing narrative. Maybe Lizardmen. Oh, that'd be interesting.
Order versus Order.
Yeah, well, why not?
Craziness.
Why not?
Madness.
Because the Lizardmen have got a totally different set of priorities.
It's true.
I don't think they will do that because there isn't quite enough antagonism there.
Yeah.
I don't think. But
they are sort of both on the same side. So
sort of.
I'm putting my money on Death versus Order. What that Death's going to look like, I don't know.
No.
Maybe it might be more werewolfy kind of stuff, because they haven't sort of gone into that aspect so much yet. So maybe
it's going to be
like that.
it'd be Goblin Spider Riders.
I mean, come on, we need them.
Sigmar.
As we said, the winter release is going to be a Destruction warband of some kind, plus another. Right, I can't bear ogres and trolls. Give it something else.
Just one giant.
That better be Spider Riders, or so help me, I'm going to get really miffed.
One interesting thing, and I think it's probably just an omission rather than anything significant, is that it only says 2 new warbands. It doesn't say anything about Rivals decks.
It's true.
But I do think it will have Rivals decks, because interestingly, we are going to be, looks like we're going to be missing a Rivals deck from these releases. So previously on these short releases, we've had 4 warbands and I think 4 Rivals decks.
Yeah.
There's only 3 on the map now. There's the one that comes out in the summer.
That's it.
That's it, yeah.
So there you go. That is the release schedule for what is going to be Wyrdhollow, and then what comes beyond the Wyrdhollow, whatever that might be. The Strange Clearing, the Bizarre Verge. I don't know. I don't know what we're going to be calling that one. So let us know. What do you think about the new release schedule? What do you think the new warbands are going to be, or what those new rival decks might be containing? Are you looking forward to the new championship and competitive mode that GW will hopefully be revitalising? Yeah,
well, I reckon by the time this video comes out, you might actually have seen that document.
That's true.
Because they have been quite good recently about when it's actually products available
releasing
to
stuff
buy.
when they say they're going to.
The document is actually there. So I think we may even know, by the time you're watching this, we may even know. And then we'll do a video about that.
Hooray.
Which hopefully you will get notified of, because you'll have rung that bell for us.
Please do. Ring the bell. Follow us, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And if you fancy it and you want to help us out a little bit, maybe check out Patreon.
Yes, thank you very much. All your support is gratefully received.
So we'll see you soon in the Wyrdhollow.